Part 25. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 241. The battle started quickly and ended quickly. After Fang Fan led his army to charge here for a while, everything was clear. The demonized beast leader was killed, and the participating demonized beasts gradually withdrew from the curtain under the rush of major legions and heroes. The siege of Shuyang City was resolved. Ding. Eliminate the demonized beasts in Shuyang City and get a big city-level defense pack *1. Fang Fan was stunned for a moment. How did this gift bag for defending the city reach him? The Lord of Shuyang City is not him either. Is it selected according to the contribution of defending the city? Fang Fan shrugged, and it wasn't a bad thing to get an extra defense pack. Open the fortress pack. Ding. Get 10,000 demonized beast legions. Fang Fan got the gift pack for defending the city. It was originally a reward for the city lords after defending the city and repelling the demonized beasts, but it became Fang Fan by accident. 10,000 demonized beasts crowded around Fang Fan, expressing goodwill. Meet the Lord. Can you speak? Fang Fan was stunned for a while. Are all these demonized beasts so good? Lord, I sent you a voice transmission, and only you can hear it. A demonized beast that looks larger in size came out of the demonized beast army. Fang Fan looked at it carefully. It was a 5-star demonized beast. However, it is stronger than the commander of the demonized beast legion in Guancheng. Okay, you stay here for now. Fang Fan shrugged and explained, preparing to enter Shuyang City. Cheng, Lord City Lord, help, help. A soldier wearing a dark red armor suddenly appeared from the crowd, looking nervous and excited. You are? Fang Fan frowned, thinking about the identity of the soldier in front of him. I am a soldier of the Wudan Flying Army Corps under Chen Bu. I asked the Lord of the city to rescue the card branch. The store manager Chen Buletin is fighting bloody. The soldier's cry for help made Fang Fan's face sank for a moment. Army attack. Target, Shuyang City North City Card Branch. Fang Fan gave the order directly, and immediately pulled the soldier of the unworthy flying army. What's the matter? Who is attacking the card shop? Is it the demonized beasts and zombies that have fled in? Or the survivors and refugees in the city? Fang Fan clenched his hands tightly, his face ugly. No matter what time, the card shop is his biggest guarantee and bottom line. Anyone who wants to get their hands on it will surely die. Yes, it's Yeah, the second young master of the Ye family. He saw that Shuyang City was over, and wanted to loot the card store and then flee, but the store manager Chen Buletin was unwilling. The voice of the Wudan Flying Army Legionnaire reached Fang Fan's ears. Fang Fan took a deep breath, and he was already surrounded by anger. If it wasn't by accident that they happened to come to Shuyang City this time, Chen Buletin and the card branch would probably suffer. City Lord Fang Fan, thank you for coming to rescue Shuyang City. I don't know how to thank you. At this time, Ye Zheng, the city lord of Shuyang City, brought Ye Zhao and Ye Mei over with a grateful expression on his face. Thank you. Haha, let's keep your thanks for a while. Fang Fan sneered secretly, then slapped the Yukong unicorn into the air and flew directly towards the North City. Everyone in the Ye family was stunned, and they didn't know what happened. Fang Fan. Ye Mei opened her mouth to call Fang Fan, but Fang Fan had already left. When he was leaving, his face was strangely ugly. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 242. What the hell is going on? Who can tell me? It wasn't okay just now. Ye Zheng's face turned red, and this inexplicable feeling made him uncomfortable. Lord City Lord, yeah, young Master Ye led a team of elites to the North City, said that he was going to loot the card shop and then escape. At this time, a messenger next to Ye Zheng suddenly said. Yeah. Card branch? So it is. Ha ha ha, God is going to kill my Ye family. Rebel. It's a rebel. Fang Fan led the army thousands of miles to help me in Chuyang City, but that renegade son is breaking his foundation, this is courting death. Puff. Ye Zheng was so angry that he vomited out a mouthful of blood, and his breathing became much faster. Meyer, save your second brother, Fang Fan definitely wants to kill your second brother on this trip. Because my father knows that you and Fang Fan have a good relationship, I will listen to him in everything, and let him be sure to save your second brother's life. Ye Zheng suddenly thought of something and shouted frantically. While shouting, blood was still flowing from his mouth. Father, you still don't know Fang Fan. If he decides something, no one can change it. Ye Meier's face was pale, and her expression also showed indignation. Isn't it your favor that the second brother has become like this? Tell me, how many wrongs did he do before? You help him press it again and again. Snapped. Ye Zheng was trembling with anger, and slapped Ye Meier on the face. You, unfilial daughter. Go. I'll find him myself. Come on, prepare a car. Chuyang City, Baikan, Card Branch. This is the first branch of the card shop. The store manager, Chen Buletin, has just been promoted to the second-level store manager, and he is also Fang Fan's most trusted store manager. At this moment, this place has become a Shuro field. The Wudane Flying Army Corps had just been promoted to 4 stars not long ago, and its combat power is very strong. But 2 fists can't beat 4 hands, there are too many enemies. The Qingzhou Army Corps had long since died, they were just ordinary corps, but in Chen Buletin's mind, the meaning was different. The Qingzhou Army Corps was his first army, and it was also the first deal he made with Fang Fan. Cao Hong died in Chen Buletin's arms. This strong man has closed his eyes permanently at this moment. Chen Buletin wiped away his tears had run out. He looked at the legs that had been cut off with 7 knives. He was completely crippled. He could only stand up with the sword in his hand, stand on the wall, and hold on. The Wudane Flying Army Corps has also been killed to the last 3, plus himself, there are 4 others. Outside, there are hundreds of enemies and hundreds of corpses. Mad. It's so tough. They're less than 20 people, and they killed 300 of us. Grass. Ye cursed and looked very angry. Fortunately, this is all over. When the labor and capital rush in, we must cut that Chen Buletin into 8 pieces. Brothers, rush for me. Ye had a ferocious look on his face, although the process was a bit rough, as long as the result was good. When he thought that he could get many cards from this card shop right away, he would be able to grow indefinitely, and Ye's mood was extremely excited at this moment. Second young master, look, the demonized beast is coming. There are dragons, lots of dragons. The terrifying voice of the attendant came, and Ye raised his head subconsciously. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 243. There is a sky above the head, above the sky, 18 bone dragons show their teeth and claws, 8 big demons flutter their wings and fly at will, and 7 sky unicorns walk in the air. And the picture is beautiful. Is this a demonized beast? The city is broken. Ye shivered, and his eyes showed a look of horror. Chen Buletin glanced at the bone dragon flying in the sky, but there was a sudden joy on his face. Lord City Lord. It's Lord City Lord. It's Lord City Lord's demon army and unicorn army. Chen Buletin's hands trembled slightly, his expression excited. He had never seen the Bone Dragon Knight Legion, but he was too familiar with the Demon Legion and the Unicorn Legion. This is the standard configuration of the Lord of the City. Lord City Lord, never gave up on us. Here he is. The Bone Dragon fell to the ground, Fang Fan's figure appeared in front of everyone. Fang Fan looked at the blood on the ground and the broken card branch, the anger on his face intensified again. It's a person, a person. Second young master, it's not a demonized beast, it's a human. The surprise voice of the attendant came, but what he got was a slap from Ye. Snapped. I know. You don't need to remind me. Ye looked at the man in front of him, and his body trembled unnaturally. It's Fang Fan. He hadn't met Fang Fan a few times, but his impression of Fang Fan was too deep. This terrifying man like a demon has the ability to transcend everything. Fang Fan, this is a misunderstanding, I can explain it. Ye wanted to say something, but Fang Fan would not give him any chance. Kill these invaders and guard the card branch. All. Kill all. Fang Fan's voice was cold and terrifying, he was only responsible for his own actions. At this moment, everything seemed illusory. There were originally nearly 1,000 enemies who surrounded the card store, but they were killed by the Wudane Flying Army Corps and Qingzhou Army Corps, and nearly 500 remained. These are the absolute elites of Shuyang City, all of them are all above the realm of 1-star awakened. This is the elite secretly cultivated by the Ye family. The reason why the Ye family can have so many awakened elites is because they have purchased a large number of awakening cards. These awakening cards originated from the card shop, and now they are destroying the card shop using the power that the card shop gave them. Everything is being extinguished, and a new curtain is being reopened. Resist. Resist me. Kill them. There are so many of us. Ye was swallowing his saliva, and he was doing his final resistance. It's just that his resistance has always been a joke. The legions and heroes under Fang Fan's command can even repel tens of thousands of demonized beasts, not to mention only a few hundred awakened ones. The battle lasted for dozens of seconds, and it was over. All over the place, dead bodies. Everything goes to zero. Galen came over carrying Ye's neck, he was the only survivor. Can't kill me, can't kill me. At this moment, he can only say these words. Fang Fan ignored him and walked in the direction of the card branch. He saw Chen Buletin with his legs bent and relying on his long sword to forcibly stand up. The first store manager under his command. It looks very miserable now. Walking into the card branch, there are still dead bodies all over the floor, most of which are soldiers of the Wudane Flying Army Corps and the Qingzhou Army Corps. There are only 4 shops that can breathe. Quick, use the healing card quickly. Quickly treat the injury. I'm late. Fang Fan supported Chen Buletin and sat down with sincere eyes. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 244. Lord City Lord, it's not too late, it's just right. I didn't expect to see Lord City Lord alive, it's great. Chen Buletin burst into tears and looked excited. Lord City Lord, I'll keep the branch for you. After saying this, Chen Buletin twitched because of the pain. Although the healing card is magical, it cannot immediately heal the injury and smooth the pain. Bring Ye in. Chen Buletin, you personally took the knife and killed him. Fang Fan's eyes became cold, and his words and deeds represented the rules. No. No. Fang Fan, I'm Mayor's brother. I know about you and Mayor. You like Mayor, right? If you kill me, it will be impossible between you and Mayor. Let me go. Let me go. I was wrong. I was really wrong. Ye shuddered in fear, touched his head on the ground and kowtowed hard, he wanted to live. Lord City Lord, I, I'm fine. Chen Buletin's body trembled, and the knife in his hand was silently put down. His life is worthless. But if it affects the happiness of the city lord's life because of him, then it is his sin. I order you. Kill him. Fang Fan sighed to himself, Chen Bu. After all, he is still Chen Buletin, and he will always only think about him, the city lord. Can't kill, can't kill. City Lord Fang Fan, please spare my son's life. Cough, cough, as long as you let him go, I'll give you whatever you want. I agree with you and Meyer immediately. From now on, Meyer will be yours. 2 Cayenne cars rushed over, and a few people came down. They were the city owner of Shuyang City, Ye Zheng, the owner of the Ye family, and Ye Zhao and Ye Meyer, the elders of the Ye family. Fang Fan's eyes glanced at Ye Meyer. Ye Meyer was also looking at him. Fang Fan's eyes were cold. Ye Meyer nodded gently to him. People, it's impossible to let go. My brother, because he almost died. My 2 legions, because of him, one was destroyed and the other was maimed. Didn't you see the corpse on the ground? Fang Fan glared at Ye Zheng. At this moment, he would not give anyone face. Fang Fan, you should know that if you kill Ye, there will be a gap between you and Meyer. It is impossible for the 2 of you to come together. Is it worth it for such a subordinate? I promise you, as long as you let Ye go and ask him to kowtow to you to make amends, my Shuyang city will also surrender to you, and I am willing to be your affiliated city. I will use the power of the Ye family to assist you. Besides, your subordinate is not dead, just injured. I will give him enough compensation. As for the 2 legions, what's the matter? Anyway, they were all drawn from the legion card. Shut up. Ye Zheng was right, but Fang Fan's eyes became more and more indifferent. Chen Buletin is my subordinate and my brother. The Qingzhou Army Corps and the Wudayan Flying Army Corps are no longer 2 legion cards. They are living people who have contributed to my foundation. As for your Shuyang city, it has never been your bargaining chip. If I want it, it's mine now. You, and your Ye family, dare to resist. Fang Fan stammered every word, and his words were magnificent. Chen Buletin, give me the knife. Fang Fan's voice seemed to be coming from the abyss, and it was bone-chillingly cold. I want to sacrifice for my brothers. Use his head as a wine glass. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 245. Fang Fan turned around, snatched the steel knife from Chen Buletin's hand, and then clenched his hands tightly. Under the horrified eyes of the Ye family, the knife fell, and Ye's head fell directly. As if the head fell to the bloody ground, spattering with blood. Those eyes opened wide, as if they were expressing all kinds of unwillingness in their hearts. Fang Fan. Poof. Ye Zheng spit out a mouthful of blood again, his eyes widened instantly, and his body trembled more and more. Even if Ye has all kinds of faults, he is still his own son. At this moment, he was beheaded in front of his own father, and this kind of grief and anger in his heart was naturally difficult to maintain. Chen Buletin shivered, and 2 lines of blood and tears were hidden in his eyes, and then flowed silently. Boys don't cry easily. Not to the sad place. City Lord, Chen Buletin represents all the soldiers who died in the Qingzhou Army Corps and the Wudayan Flying Army Corps, thank you. Chen Buletin's head knocked on the ground, it was very loud. Galen, Vega, Satan, Guanhai and others who stood guard behind Fang Fan also showed excitement in their eyes. They looked at Fang Fan, and their eyes revealed infinite admiration and surrender. Ding. Satan is moved by your actions, and the loyalty of the Great Demon Legion has increased to 100. Ding. The King of Unicorns in the sky was moved by your actions, and the loyalty of the Unicorn Legion in the sky increased to 100. Ding. Dragon scale is moved by your actions, and the loyalty of the Bone Dragon Knight Legion has increased to 100. Humans are complicated. The human heart is also very simple. Only sincerity is the only one. Fang Fan never regretted anything he had done that he thought was right, even if it might cause extremely bad consequences. Come here. All the zombie army and survivor army in Shuyang City obey. Kill Fang Fan. The first deputy city owner of Shuyang City is yours. Fang Fan, today I want to avenge my son. Yoer. You died so miserably. Ye Zhen was disheveled, and his whole body revealed a deadly feeling. You think you can kill me? Fang Fan glanced around, and his eyes gradually became sharper. No matter how powerful your legion is, your 2 fists are no match for your 4 hands. I. Puff. Ye Zhen was talking, and he spit out a mouthful of blood. He was really aggrieved. Pass my order. 10,000 demonized beasts march into Shuyang City. Fang Fan gave an order, and the demonized beast army that had already gathered around the North City started directly, quickly cleaned up the zombie army and the survivor army in Shuyang City, and took over the place directly. Even without this demonized beast army, I will come to your Shuyang City if I want, and leave if I want. In the face of absolute combat power, everything is illusory. Ye Zhen, ask yourself, how does Fang Fan treat you in Shuyang City? I ran thousands of miles and came to help Shuyang City, but how did you treat me? Ye wants to slaughter my card branch, rob my card branch. I killed him, as it should be. If you continue to clamor, I will not bear it anymore. Fang Fan's eyes suddenly became sharp, and sometimes, a word or a look is enough to show a lot of things. Ye Zhen's lips were trembling, obviously angry to the extreme. Father, we don't have the capital to resist. Second brother, he is indeed to blame. Ye Zhao said with a sullen face. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 246. In any case, I have to be a little bit numb in my heart. If you don't even know yourself, then you are simply killing yourself. Ye Zhen was silent. The Ye family was cowardly. Not cowardly or not. The strength gap is in sight, unless Ye Zhen wants to let his eldest son die, and wants the entire Ye family to be buried with him. Otherwise, he can only choose silence. Silence to the end, to gain new life. Mayor. Fang Fan screamed hard. Although Ye is not forgiven, he is Ye Mayor's blood brother after all. I'm going to Dongguo City, would you like to accompany me there? Fang Fan's words were already clearly implied. If Ye Mayor hated him because of Ye's affairs, Fang Fan would just let go of this relationship silently. But Ye's matter had nothing to do with Ye Mayor. Fang Fan didn't want a scumbag to ruin this hard-won relationship. Haha, City Lord Fang Fan is so bold. Just killed my son, ahem, now you want my daughter again. Ye Mayor, cough, I'll put my words here today, I won't allow you to have any entanglement with this man. Cough, if you continue to entangle with him. It's not my daughter. I will sever the father-daughter relationship with you. If you still admit to being my daughter, kill him with the sword in your hand. Ye Zhen covered his mouth and coughed while threatening. The words he said were like a knife stabbing into Ye Mayor's heart. Ye Mayor's face was full of tears. On the one hand is his father, on the other hand, is the man he loves. I don't want your decisions and will to be influenced by anyone. The Ye Mayor I like has always been unique. Fang Fan looked at Ye Mayor and had already expressed his meaning very clearly. My second brother, It's my fault. Father, the death of the second brother has nothing to do with Fang Fan. He is the one I love, and I hope to have your blessings. But if you don't want to, I won't force it. I'll only think of him for the rest of my life. Ymir knelt down and kowtowed to Yezeng a few times in the pool of blood. Then he turned around and came to Fang Fan's side and hugged his arm. Fang Fan breathed a sigh of relief. He knew that Ymir had already made a decision. And obviously, she finally chose herself and chose to stand in the direction of reason. Fang Fan was very pleased. He didn't like the wrong person. You are the love of my life. Fang Fan hugged Ymir in his arms, showing infinite love and pity. Ha 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 ha, ha ha ha, ridiculous, it is ridiculous. My Yezeng has lived a glorious life all my life. I am dying, my son is dead, and my daughter is gone. Ridiculous. Yezeng sneered and left. Ymir frowned, her eyes full of heartache. Obviously, she couldn't let go of Yezeng, her blood father. Little sister, just do what you like, there's me on my father's side. He is an excellent man, and he is worthy of the most noble little princess of my Ye family. Ye Zhao came over, sighed a few times, and then said a few words from his heart. Brother, thank you. The matter in Shiyang City came to an end, and Fang Fan was ready to go to Dongguo City. The matter of the Babel Tower still needs to be dealt with. Now the ordinary first kill rewards and perfect first kill rewards of many levels in the front have been taken away, and too many benefits have been lost. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 247. Ye Zhao, I will stay in Shiyang City for the army of 10,000 demonized beasts, and I will hand it over to Chen Buledin to lead it. If Shiyang City is in any danger, you can go to Chen Buledin for help. Yezeng is too old, and it is no longer suitable to continue to be the lord of Shiyang City. You have to take up this burden. Before leaving, Fang Fan explained many things clearly. From all angles, it is more realistic. And what Fang Fan said actually revealed two meanings and made a transaction. First, let Yezeng abdicate. Fang Fan does not want a person who is hostile to him to continue to be the city owner of Shiyang City, which is also a necessary condition for the card branch to continue to open in Shiyang City. Second, leave 10,000 demonized beast core to Chen Buledin, at least he has the most elite army in Shiyang City in his hands, and use this as a condition to let Yezeng abdicate. Ye Zhao pursed his lips. He naturally knew what Fang Fan meant by these words, but he was still a little hesitant to let him directly take away his father's city lord position. He is a filial child, and his eyes glanced at Ymir who was sitting quietly beside him. Ymir didn't answer at all. Ye Zhao sighed lightly. He knew that he had no choice. Everything is done according to the wishes of city lord Fang Fan. After receiving Ye Zhao's promise, Fang Fan set off for Dongguo City. World announcement. The 15th level of the Babel Tower was passed by Kylin of the M country. Get the first kill reward for the first normal level clearance, and a celestial soldier summoning card as a reward. We've reached the 15th level. Fang Fan frowned, but he didn't feel the speed at all. In the first 10 levels before, people basically refreshed the first kill record every few minutes, and there were frequent first kill rewards for perfect clearance. But after a dozen levels, the speed slowed down a lot. Even, it is basically difficult to have any perfect clearance rewards. This shows that the difficulty has appeared. Fang Fan opened the regional Babel ranking dialog box and the World Babel Gang dialog box. This is a new function updated after the arrival of the Babel ranking. Survivors of the world can come together to communicate, and pass on the experience and energy of passing the level to each other. It cost 100 magic crystals to say a word in the dialog box of the regional top ranking list. Spend 10,000 magic crystals, you can say a word in the dialog box of the world ranking list. The regional dialog box seemed deserted, and few people spoke. But the world dialogue has exploded. Kellen of the M country is really awesome. The 15th level has 100 5-star demonized beasts. She actually made it through. Mad. Absolutely mad. But I admire it. Hey, only I, Dasak, are qualified to have such a woman. If you can pass the 15th level, the 16th level and the 17th level shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, according to the previous level order, the 16th level should be a 6-star demonized beast, the 17th level should be 10 6-star demonized beasts, but at the 18th level, that is 100 6-star demonized beasts. Demonized beast. Tisk, it's scary. We can only bring 10 people in, anyway, I feel hopeless. The speed of the world dialogue is very fast, and it may be brushed in a blink of an eye. Fang Fan felt dazzled. These guys are so rich. 10,000 magic crystals can only say a word, but they don't feel bad. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 248. Fang Fan pouted, and finally pulled the World Tongtiangang dialogue box. What about Fang Fan, who is number 1 on the double list? Why hasn't his name appeared? I think he is a silver gun candle head. He can't do it. He is a spicy chicken. His number 1 on the double list is pure shit luck. I assure you, he is a sloppy himself. Spicy chicken to the extreme sloppy. A person with the nicknames Higation started to frantically swipe the screen, which almost meant to slander Fang Fan. Fang Fan shrugged, this apocalyptic keyboard warrior is not too slow. How about Fang Fan, it's not something you can judge. Suddenly, a golden dialogue bar appeared on the dialogue box, and the upper right corner of the golden dialogue bar was marked, top of the Babel ranking. Nicknamed the Fox of the East. Only the top of the Babel leaderboard is eligible to use the golden dialogue bar. And now the world's top ranking list, it is the M country Kylan. The one who just got the reward for the first kill in the 15th level. Wow! My goddess appeared. Kylan, I love you. In the same frame as the goddess. So happy. Goddess, can I come to you? The goddess is right, the one who was called ambition to the world just now is the hottest keyboard warrior, and he knows how to hide in a dark place and curse people. Spicy chicken to the extreme. Support the goddess. The trend of public opinion on the World Babel ranking dialogue box instantly reversed, from attacking and slandering Fang Fan, to a situation of 10,000 people fighting keyboard warriors. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, and suddenly had a lot of goodwill towards this frequent appearance of Kylan from Country M. Although he wouldn't care about the slanderous words of keyboard warriors, Fang Fan still appreciates Kylan's words of maintenance. Huajing, Tang Dynasty. Li Ji silently closed the dialogue, and then lit himself an after-the-fact cigarette. Damn bastard. It's all deceived by that guy's disguise. This is a hot chicken. When I've completely overpowered him, I'll slap you guys in the face again. Tobu City. Fang Fan and his party went straight to Dongguo City. Although there was no delay on the road, and he galloped all the way, it took nearly a day to get here. There should be the Tongtian Tower, and it's really towering. Let's go to the tower. Fang Fan stretched and finally reached his destination. And at this moment, the World Tongtian ranking also stopped at the 18th level. The ordinary first kill rewards for the 16th and 17th levels have already been taken by others. Fang Fan led his army to stop under the Tongtian Tower, and suddenly found that there were countless people around this towering Tongtian Tower. At the entrance of the tower, there are also heavy guards. I told you. If you want to enter the Tongtian Tower to get rewards, you must pay 1 million magic crystals to our Han family. 1 million magic crystals, a group of 10 people can go in and pass the level. You can enter the Tongtian Tower once a day. If you pay 10 million magic crystals at one time, you can enjoy the monthly subscription service to enter the Tongtian Tower, and you can get a monthly card. Our Han family has taken great pains to guard this Tongtian Tower. You won't be in arrears for this hard work, right? The commander of the Dongguo City Guard Army personally sits in the Tongtian Tower, and his army of 20,000 zombies and 100,000 survivors is displayed around the entrance of the tower. If anyone dares to break in by force, they will suffer a strong attack from them. If you want to enter the Babel Tower in this area for the first time and get rewards, you can only pay a huge entry fee. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 249. The passers who enter the Tongtian Tower are basically groups of 10 people, one of whom is the leader, and the remaining 9 are assistants, and pass the pass together. If you want this group of 10 people to enter, you need to pay a threshold fee of 1 million magic crystals to Dongguo City. There is even a monthly subscription system, which is ridiculous. Interesting, really interesting. Fang Fan was amused. This is so, kind of fun. Relying on the Tongtian Tower in Dongguo City, do you still want to seek benefits? It's okay for you to seek welfare, but the extent of this black heart is really shameful. This is so easy to start with millions of magic crystals, who can stand it? Come on, let's go in together. Fang Fan calmly took Yamir's hand and entered together. Because there are restrictions around the Babel Tower, it is not possible to fly in directly, and can only step on foot. Stop. Grass. What about you? I told you to stop, didn't you hear? A young officer guarding the entrance of the Tongtian Pagoda saw Fang Fan striding in, and immediately started to get angry. What's up? Fang Fan glanced at the young officer in front of him with a calm expression. A group of 10 people needs to pay a threshold fee of 1 million magic crystals. You are almost 50 people, just pay 5 million. You can enter only after paying the threshold fee. The young officer raised his head and looked at Fang Fan and the others with contempt. They had gathered hundreds of thousands of troops here in Dongguo City, and these few people in front of them were nothing to worry about. This Tongtian Tower is a godsend, and it should belong to the public. Is there any reason for you to forcibly occupy it like this? You can get out of here before I want to kill you. Fang Fan considers himself to be a well-mannered person, and he will not act easily. Yo! This kid is crazy. The woman next to you looks good. Hey, labor and management haven't opened foreign meat for many days, tonight. Snapped. Fang Fan went up with a slap. Before the young officer could react, the laser pistol in Fang Fan's hand had already shot. Whoosh! A blood hole appeared on the young officer's forehead. Before he could feel the tingling sensation from the slap, he was already dead. This kind of scum is also a scourge to keep. Fang Fan turned his head and smiled at Yamir. It's really hard to kill. However, I like it. Yamir is nestled in Fang Fan's arms, full of happiness. Who dares to kill people in my Dongguo City? Encircle me, he killed Squadron Captain Su Lai. Surround him. The surrounding Tobu Castle troops immediately began to gather. Although it is shameful to say that Toa City's method of charging a high threshold fee is shameless, many people can only choose to admit it. Or, simply stay outside and not go in. As for going to the people in Tobu City to reason with the theory, that also doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. As for the strong attack, it's even more nonsense. In order to collect the threshold fee, Tobu City dispatched 20,000 zombie corps and 100,000 survivor troops. It is said that there are still 10,000 demonized beast legions ready to go. If you want to force through the barrier, you have to see if you have the strength. From the overall situation, those who dare to do it are basically cold. The corpses and heads of those warriors and heralds have been separated. I don't know which wild dog dragged the corpse and devoured it. As for the head, it was hung on the banner in front of the Babel Tower to warn those who came later not to die. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 250. Tisk, there are many more heads on the flag. Alas, those wild dogs are going to have a carnival again. Shameless Dongguo City. I'm so humming. Your 8th generation grandma. Rely, I finally came to the Tongtian Tower, but I just didn't allow it to enter. This young man has a great spirit and acts stupid. A group of survivors gathered a little bit of interest, they want to watch this big play. Beer, cola seeds, all ready. The boundary in front of the Tongtian Tower is not too wide, and it is enough for more than 1,000 people to do it at one time. Seeing that more than 1,000 Dongguo City troops were already attacking him, Fang Fan waved his hand, and the 4 major armies under his command began to attack. As for the Bone Dragon Knights, they were hovering in the sky at the moment, and Fang Fan did not order them to join the battle. Because the enemy in front of me is too weak. Guan Hai led the Yellow Turban Warlock Legion, and just cast a few corruption techniques casually, and the enemy army died a lot. With another wave of curses, all of them simply lay on the ground and couldn't get up. Wei Jia waved his hand, and wisps of dark magic energy fell, killing a large area again. The more than 1,000 Dongguo City guards who rushed over had not yet rushed over to engage in hand-to-hand combat, and they were all hanging in the middle. Subsequently, more and more troops rushed up. Come a wave, slaughter a wave. More than 1,000, more than 1,000 on the ground, thousands of deaths. Stop. Stop. Stop fighting. Han Biao, the commander of the Dongguo City Guard Army, came over with an ugly expression, this is a chicken feather. Almost 10% of the troops died. These people are not good people. It's inappropriate for your excellency to slaughter my Dongguo City army like this. Han Biao came over, suppressing his anger, with a fierce look in his eyes. Inappropriate. Any. I want to enter the Tower of Babel. They won't let me in. They also want to insult me, and kill them with my backhand. Is it wrong? Fang Fan looked at Han Biao with a smile, and the expression on his face was extremely calm. Han Biao's breathing stagnated. In particular, how can it make so much sense? The rules of Dongguo City, you need to pay a threshold fee to enter the Tongtian Tower. Your Excellency did not act according to the regulations of our Dongguo City, and they also stopped you according to the rules and regulations. Han Biao felt that he had to get face for Dongguo City. So what? Does it have anything to do with me? The Tongtian Tower is a thing that falls from the sky, and everyone shares it. Why do you stop charging here? As for the rules of your Dongguo City, what does it have to do with me? Make way. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, looking arrogant. His arrogance is also based on absolute strength. Your Excellency, this is Dongguo City after all. You are so arrogant here, aren't you afraid that my Dongguo City army will kill you here? Han Biao threateningly threatened, with murderous intent in his eyes. Oh? Do I need to be afraid? Afraid of you nerds? Let them keep going. I just loosened my bones. Can we make way now? There was a person just now, who should also be from your Dongguo City guards, who just didn't give way. Later, he died. Fang Fan told a cold joke, the blue veins on Han Biao's forehead were about to protrude. He wanted to order to continue the attack countless times, but after looking back at the corpses of the city guards on the ground, he silently took a few steps back.